Hey everybody, it's a beautiful Saturday morning here in Illinois, Zone 5B. You're looking at my Peter's honey plant. I've moved all of my fig-bearing fig trees into the sunroom, and I've got a heater going for about 4 hours a day. Brings the heat up in here to about like 90 degrees for about an hour, and then the rest of the time it's high 70s, low 80s. And I've got a fan going up above on the ceiling, and so it's constantly circulating the air in here and keeping the warmth down here. I was going to pick my first Peter's honey today. So I'm really excited, and they seem to be ripening all over this branch. So I'm really happy about that. The one we're gonna pick is back here. I don't know if it's ready, but it is soft. I feel guilty picking it. I feel like I should leave it, but you know what? Because I've got this other one ripening, I will leave that as long as I can. Okay, so we picked the Peter's honey. No sap, so that's a great sign. We've got our Letizia back there. There's no swelling yet on that one. This is the Noir de Barbatane. Not really any swelling. They sort of increased in size, but then it stalled. This is my Leon's Montenegro, and he's swelling. Italian honeys. They're sort of stalled as well. Black Tuscan is so loaded. And I recently brought the Black Tuscan in here. It's pretty humid. It's got nice heat, and hoping that it'll start ripening. The Negron, we already did 2 tastings off the Negron. It's still got several figlets on it, and I'm not sure if they'll ripen or not. So we'll see. Another happy sight is my white Marseille, and that guy is ripening right there, and then the one above it is also ripening. So these two, we're gonna have a tasting on those soon. And guess what? We've got the Rondi. We've got the 2 figlets over there, and they are definitely swelled and softer. I think they can continue to ripen here. I'm not in any hurry. I really want them to be their best selves. This is my Spadafora. I'm really gunning for it to get ripe, because I never see any tasting videos on the Spadafora, and I'd really like to put one out there for people that are interested, because it's always advertised, but I feel like people are worried about getting it because there are no tastings of it on YouTube that I've seen. It is incredibly vigorous. It was crazy vigorous in the ground. It's really hardy, I've seen from other videos, and it seems to be really hardy because it lignifies real quick. That's my Col de Dame Noir. Col de Dame Noir dropped the 3 figs it had on it. Totally okay. So I've not really seen anyone do videos of figs kept in a sunroom. I'm the first that I've seen, so you know, it confuses me sometimes, because you know, it's very different than a greenhouse, and so because it's a heated sunroom. And you know, I was all worried about winter storage and such, but really I never considered the asset that I have here in this sunroom. And I'm sure, pardon me, there are a lot of people out there that have sunrooms and potentially want to grow figs. Well, I'm going to keep them in here all year, and I bet they're just going to, once I get all the fruit off of them, I'll turn off the heater, and I'm just going to leave it to whatever elements are going to be normal for this room. So it does tend to get on the cooler side. And so I will let that happen. And if they lose some leaves and sort of, stall in their growth, that's totally okay. But I'm going to see the effects of a sunroom on fig trees. And I'm sure in the spring they're all going to go crazy with growth because the sun will be stronger and longer in the day, and the heat will increase. And so I think this will be a really, really cool experiment or process to see. And so I've got some in the garage. I'll see how those work out, and then the ones in my sunroom I doubt will ever go dormant this year, and hopefully will fruit super early for me next year. Is my main goal. And then if they do, then they get to go to sleep a lot sooner, and I'll put everything in the garage. I won't need to put anything in the sunroom because they hopefully will have all fruited and finished. And so they will get a nice reward of getting to go to sleep. All right, let's go try out our, let me focus. Let's go try our Peter's honey. So we're going to weigh the Peter's honey. Let's switch it over to grams. We've got our quarter for comparison. Here's our Peter's honey. 31 grams, not bad. Here's the size differential. Pretty nice size. I would say it's a little bit of medium, maybe? Medium. Now let's give it a cut. All right, Lucas is my cameraman. Lucas, get a good shot of this, okay? Oh, very pretty. I'm sure it could have gone a few more days.
It looks like an avocado.
Does it? Mm-hmm. I hope it doesn't taste like an avocado. All right, it's just you and me. But let's leave enough for everybody else. Let's give it a try, me and you. Oh, wow, it's pretty jammy inside. Look at that. You see that syrup, Luke?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll hold the camera. You be my first taste tester. What's it taste like?
It kind of tastes like, I don't know. It tastes like, it just tastes good.
You know what? It's not fully ripe. There's a slight astringency on my lips from the, I don't know what it's called, Syconium or the flesh right here, the white part of it. It sort of dried up my lip because it touched it, and so it's definitely not fully ripe. So we'll wait for the other ones to get really, really ripe and saggy before we taste it. The sweetness, it wasn't very sweet, right, Luke?
Mm-hmm.
It was sort of medium sweetness.
Like you could taste like a little bit more sweetness at the end.
Mm-hmm. I didn't really taste a figgy flavor like I do with brown turkey. Mm-hmm. It was mild. It was really mild. And, all you taste is, I think there was not really a berry. There was just a sweetness. And I could tell it's going to be incredibly good if I leave it some more. I've got a spreadsheet that shows me how long from first bud to ripening, how many days. And these are all of my fig trees are sort of off right now because they're all way over 100 days. And that's because they're all first year trees. And so I'm pretty certain that next year, and there was so much, weather fluctuation and daylight fluctuation and that sort of thing. I learned a lot of lessons this time around, this first year of growing figs. And so next year, I think I know exactly what I've got to do for my area. And I believe we can cut those numbers way down. I think this is not normal for them to be hanging over, 120 days and still not fully ripe. And so I'm excited to update that spreadsheet next year and see the difference. And I'm excited to get a taste of the second Peter's honey that is going to get ripe here in the next, couple of weeks, and we'll get that up and post it on YouTube too for you guys to see. But that was our Peter's honey. Thanks for watching, guys.